Welcome, 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 everyone. Hey, this is
Welcome.
Vandana Atara Nora here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's session is going to be super powerful. So, warning, buckle up. I'm just kidding. I promise to be gentle, yet really help you to shift and to heal and seal whatever is open, wounded, scarred, or broken. And this is a bone fusion light transmission. And if you've tried everything else in this 3D limited reality, this unpredictable timeline, uh, this space where nothing seems to really quite make a difference in your healing progress, then get prepared, be ready, because today we're going to make contact, channel, and communicate with the spirit world, with the higher dimensions. So, thank you so much for joining again. I see people still popping into the Zoom room. And I just want to welcome everyone from the bottom of my heart. And just know that we're all here in a circle. There are no leaders or followers. We're all teachers and students for each other. So please allow your fellow travelers, open up a space, drop your hands, and let them come in. Let's welcome all of these beautiful souls that were guided to this call today. And let's form a big circle of love and light. And just know that all of you are being worked on, but in a very gentle, safe, and non-invasive way by the spirit doctors, by the cosmic physicians in the higher dimensions. And today I'm going to introduce you to some new members of your spirit team. And we're also going to see if we could nudge awake your inner healer and your higher power, because those are all aspects and versions, multidimensional versions of our true selves, of our soul essence. And the reason I was so guided and downloaded with this particular transmission, because I have lots of galactic light healing transmissions in my library. If you're new to my work, you can just later have fun and explore my divine light healing library at vanzanalighthealing.com. But for now, um, yeah, we're gonna just really take um, a long and deeply renewing and restorative, rejuvenative um, journey together. It is spirit led. So, all of the exercises, the energy processes, the visualizations, and the guided meditations are designed just for you, right? The spirit team is very aware of who is ready to receive these intergalactic healing treatments. Okay. And we usually work with the Arcturians, with Dr. Lorfan, Dr. Fritz, Dr. Khan. We also work with the first female physicians, healers, doulas, and magicians from ancient Egypt, like Goddess Isis. And today we're partnering up in a different Stargate with new doctors, surgeons, shamans, light workers who are specialists in healing bone injuries. And they also have expertise and star medicine to really go deep, to extract, but first to understand or understand the root, the core of the physical illness, sicknesses, accidents, injuries, surgeries that really impacted your mental, emotional, and physical health. And once we get clear on that, We can let go of the accumulated trauma and stress that you're still carrying in every bone of your body. And then we really have more space for this new spirit team from Andromeda, from Algebron, right? From these different star systems and planets to really do the inner work, to really infuse and fuse your bones with 100%, 100% living light. And we're going to be doing lots of bone breathing exercises as well. But really helping to, the idea of this call is to, because when I fell on May 18th and fractured my ankle, left ankle specifically, left is about the feminine and about receiving, but also the ankle bone and the joints around it have to do with stubbornness and flexibility, rigidity. And there's also some guilt there about moving forward. So it is a common fracture, and it's probably one of the easiest, they say, on earth to mend. So that's good. But then all of the emotions that come up after having a fall or after witnessing a loved one injuring themselves, it brings up so much heaviness, so many belief systems and judgments around our true identity. So today I want to clear all that away so that we could heal and mend and repair what's broken. And that's not just our bones, that's our soul, because our soul also can experience the feeling of that hole in the soul, that rupture that might have happened in this lifetime in childhood, or maybe a past life. But everything happens on a soul level. And so some things we just can't understand with our logical mind. And when we hurt ourselves, or when we get hurt, or we feel attacked, we feel very raw and vulnerable. And in one way, that's a blessing in disguise, because the only way to heal is to truly feel. And that means feeling the discomfort, feeling the pain, but also feeling the joy, allowing ourselves to grieve, and at the same time finding hope and joy and strength in our recovery. So it's both, right? We can be sad, but also find things to be happy about and look forward to. So this is a deep topic, and so it's not only the whole body that can, and the field that can have experience almost like the energy of being caught off guard, betrayal, um, not being able, not feeling safe or protected in our bodies. All of this can lead to holes, tears, and rips in our systems. So our system, our nervous system becomes dysregulated. It's hard to function, to think clearly. But it also sets us off into this parasympathetic mode of fight, fear, flight, freeze, fawn, shutdown, and eventual collapse. So we want to override those systems today and move into the parasympathetic instead of the sympathetic nervous system. And this is about resting, digesting, processing, and integrating everything that we experience, and being able to see the possible hidden gift or the blessing behind the feeling of being cursed or punished, which we know is not true. And so this is a deep process, and I'd love to invite you to turn on your microphones or chat in the chat box and let me know why you were guided to join this particular call. This is something new for me that I've never experienced before, but I was so divinely guided and led by spirit to offer this as a healing for all of humanity. Sometimes, we make plans and they say God laughs, right? So please unmute your microphones, no pressure, but I'd love to hear from you about your experience. If you want to just say hello, that is also okay, or just use the chat box if you feel uncomfortable speaking or turning on your camera. Up to you. There's no pressure at all. But I want you to go grab a notebook, a journal, a candle, your crystals, maybe a smudging fan and some sage if you feel a need to kind of clear your field of invasive energies or aggressive or harsh energies that are actually out there in the collective with all the divisiveness that is playing out on the planet. These are all pre-ascension predictable energies, because before we can come together, sometimes we have to split apart. But the idea here is to be your most authentic self and to just ask your body what it's feeling right now. And on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the most relaxed and 10 being the most intense, is not only your pain levels that you're experiencing, but what are your emotions feeling like in your body? Because we know underneath every physical break or tear, every physical wound, there's always the emotional component that we have to have a look at and make peace with before we can pull ourselves together. So just anyone at all want to share? Thank you, Raylene. Yes, please share. What would you like to say? You want to unmute your mic? Oh, you're unmuted already. Okay. Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I fell last year in 2024, and I've been doing healing work over 25 years. A lot of clearing and healing and everything else there. It may have been a past, well, not a past life. Well, I feel it was like a past life injuries more than once on my left arm. I fell and broke my elbow. That pretty much healed up, but being in a cast, I think, see, my fingers are all stiff, and I know I have a lot of healing modalities, and I know that this has to do with, I feel it's like a bunch of past life injuries. It's also the feminine side of the body has, the flexibility. I've had people work on me, and I use all these modalities, but
Yes, we
it's
all have tons of modalities,
yes,
right? But
yes.
sometimes even those tons of modalities don't really get to the core of it, right?
Right, the
So
core, the root. I'm
the
about the
root.
root. Yes.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
I'm going to mention the word shadow bodies. I mean, I can tell you privately why I think. Well, I had some
No,
interference with.
you're in good company here.
Yeah,
You can definitely share. Everyone who is here is safe. So don't worry
I'll
about
just
that.
I'll
Yeah.
just say this. I was walking down the street during it was during COVID, and I was staying in so much I had to walk. But my from not walking the way I got out of balance,
Yeah.
and it was very hot that day. I live in Phoenix. So it was very, very hot, and I was waiting for a
Oh.
day where it wasn't so
Ooh.
intense.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say I had a off world, maybe one of my aspects I doubted. While I was walking, I am right-handed. I was holding bags, and instead of letting them go when the fall came, I didn't let them go. So the left side of my body took the hit, but there was some being also coming in at the same time. It was very surreal, and I got at the higher level, where you're allowed to. These things are
Hmm.
allowed for bigger
Hmm.
reasons. Okay, so I had to get
Yes.
past that, whatever that being was
Well,
doing.
can I ask you a question,
Mm-hmm.
Raylene? I don't want
Mm-hmm.
to take too much time away from others, but or the call because we only have 2 hours, but we should be fine. But I wanted to ask you, just curious about this being that came in. What do
Right.
you sense about that being? Good, bad, scary, like loving? What kind of being was that?
Not loving. It was I've had a encounter with her before, and I thought she left. Um,
Okay.
but then I think she was allowed to do this, so I could clear stuff. I don't think it was just, we could say it was a psychic attack, which it was more because I got hurt coming down with it. but it was too many things at one time for me to process. Because I was also out of balance from not walking and the heat and stuff. I got
Oh, it's
very
a
distracted.
combination.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I had to do forgiveness to let the whole situation go. I went through a whole lot of stuff with that, but I feel
Yes.
like we come up past. We have contracts we agree to. I did
Yes.
even accident contracts I did years ago. Maybe I should have kept it up. But then
Yes.
I probably had a lot of past life, I'll call residue in this left
Mm-hmm.
arm. So, in the bigger picture, there's a blessing behind. Yeah, I would see that. When you go through it, you don't see the blessing. You get the anger, like, okay,
Yes,
I don't
yes,
feel
the
safe.
unfairness, the injustice, the why me, the pity, the
Yes,
victimhood, all of those
yeah,
archetypes come up for us, doesn't it?
yeah.
Thank
Hmm.
you. And again, it's the feminine. The left side is about, we always give, we're caregivers,
Yes.
we're people pleasers, we're healers. And yet the last person we even think of receiving
Hmm.
healing, it's so hard for us because we always put on this mask, that
Yes.
we're healers, so we must be perfect, right?
Right.
So all of that goes to the wayside, right? So
Can I can I say one more
yes,
thing? You
of
said the magic
course.
words, and I recently got healed from this. I didn't know well, I'm not the only one. And healers, I didn't want to be seen. It's only recently the universe allowed me to come all the way in to be seen and heard.
Hmm.
So it was part of
Hmm.
the hiding. It's all being in the body, but I feel
Yes,
I'll just say you
exactly.
said it. Being here, present in the body now.
Right.
Well, the new earth is here. Yeah. So thank you. I'll
We
let somebody else
Thank
talk.
you. Thank you so much, Raylene. Bless you.
Mhm.
And you know, it is really important because if we, especially depending on our childhood history, what kind of family we grew up in, dysfunctional, functional, all of that, these are survivor responses when we're not in our bodies, we're ungrounded, we disassociate easily, we're not really 100% in our bodies. That's when accidents can happen the most, when we're, rushing into the future and we're not really fully embodied. And yeah, as children, um, it wasn't safe for us to fully be present or to
Yeah.
have our feelings or be angry or fight back or push back, so we had to freeze instead of we couldn't fight adults, we couldn't run
Right.
away from home, so the only thing left would be to freeze up. And when we freeze up, we're not in our bodies, we're in our
Well, I'm a
heads.
senior citizen. I'm over in my 70s. I'm only getting in the body now. I feel very
Good,
heavy
better
when I
late than
walk.
never.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Raylene. I really appreciate you. Naomi says that she was in. Is it okay, Naomi, to read it to the group? You could just give me a thumbs up or a heart or just say yes if it's okay, but I'm assuming it's okay because you chatted in this message. Um, okay, Naomi, beautiful. Thank you for the thumbs up. Naomi says that she was in an accident as a child, yeah, and didn't experience problems at the time, but have had problems with her lower back. Yeah, so the lumbar. I have a beautiful program that I'm going to try to remember to send you. It's on my website. It's specifically for the back and spine. It's called the Spinal Reset. You could just type in those words on my website. And I would say to listen to that often, because all of my programs are evergreen and I gift it to everyone as a downloadable file with lifetime access. So I find my clients say that the longer they listen, the more shifts they notice. So lower back and lower body joints as an adult. So we need to get into the lower body, in your case, the lower chakras. And that's when things like I have something that I channel called Reiki, red Reiki, radiant, rich ruby red Reiki. A lot of R's there. And that's a very warming, grounding sensation that reconnects you with the earth and with our earth mother, with Gaia, but also strengthens the feet, the ankles, the shin bones, the knees, the thighs, and the hips and the lower body. So I'd recommend those two programs for you. And thank you for being so vulnerable and sharing about your accident. I hope it wasn't too traumatizing. And that you have found peace around it and some type of healing resolution. Now, I just wanted to add also that it could also be witnessing an accident. That in itself can be traumatic, especially if you knew that person or even if you didn't really know them well. I still remember and I feel it because we know that the body keeps a score, right? Um, Everything is held in our bodies. Things that shouldn't be, that belong to others because we're so empathic, we're so highly sensitive, but also, you know, our own repressed and unresolved trauma that hides, cleverly hides, so that we can get on with life. So I think this call is really, I'm going to dedicate this to unmasking and just being, allowing our bodies to just be and also feel safe and protected. But I remember witnessing a car accident with I was a little girl, and it was a neighbor who was also a little girl around my age. And I just remember visiting her home, and her legs were, it was a very horrific scene, let's just put it that way. I don't remember all the details, which is good. But yeah, so even that can be traumatic. And also in my case, this is not my first fall. I've injured myself, but I've never broken anything. I've torn in both knees, my meniscus, and also sprained both knees. And it happened the same way, going down subway stairs in New York City. So that was very re-triggering, re-traumatizing for me. And it brought up a lot of victimization and what's wrong with me? Why does this keep happening? And what Raylene was saying earlier is it could go back to not only a past life, but also ancestral. A lot of these traumatic incidents and accidents are ancestrally inherited. That trauma that stays in your bones, that gets passed on from generation to generation, because my mother and her mother also fell quite a lot. And when my mother got older, she fell so many times that we had to, you know, put her in a nursing home, which she didn't want to do, of course. Nobody does. But she was a danger to herself, where the fire department had to come. So anyway, I don't want to get too much into my personal stuff, my story, but I just want to point out that there are so many different ways that trauma hides in our bones, in our cells, and our muscles, and our organs, and really can reshape our DNA. So we're here to rise above that, because sometimes 3D medicine doesn't really, isn't really, well, what should I say, is limited. And I'm going to talk to you more about that. That's why we're going into the higher dimensions, because we have to travel into the quantum realms and become a match and align with the quantum realms, the higher dimensions, in order to change something that was created here in this dimension. Does that make sense? So if something was created and experienced in this dimension, it's probably, we're going to have to call to a higher power, and we all have a higher power. So the solution to the earth problem is in the higher realms. I hope that makes sense. Okay, hi Ron. Does anyone else want to share about what guided you to be here today? We have Janet and Harry. Welcome. Welcome. I know a lot more people signed up, so probably more people will jump on the call soon. But what I'm going to ask you to do is, yes, beautiful. I'm going to get to you in a minute, Janet and Harry. Can you just grab a notebook or a journal if you haven't already? Grab your crystals, your essential oils, your remedy rescue, whatever you need to kind of calm your nervous system, and also to stay a little bit longer than maybe you're used to in the safety net of your own body, so that your body feels like home again. It doesn't feel like some strange foreign object, right? I think a lot of people can relate to that. And then I'm going to teach you a couple of techniques that you might not know, um, and then we'll go into a clearing. Well, that's what we're going after you speak, Janet, I want to facilitate something that came through this morning, which is about clearing yourself and the energy in your home or when you go outside, just clearing away, not asking an outer being to help you do that, but to do it yourself. Because this call is also about, all of my calls are also about empowerment. This is all about self-empowerment. Okay, so let's get to Janet. Janet, hi,
Thank,
welcome.
thank you. Thank you. I wanted to say, I was going to type this, but for some reason, the buttons aren't working properly, and
No
I'm trying,
accidents, no pun
and,
intended.
and yeah, and Harry, it's only just me, and it also won't work that I can't change my name. Anyway, I just wanted to quickly say I actually haven't had any broken bones, but I have just had a hip replacement from severe arthritis, and I've had that pelvic tightening and pain. I've got arthritis in my left hip too. That one's next, I suppose. But just
Yeah,
I think trauma is all buried in my pelvic region, and
that makes perfect sense.
hoping
And the
that,
hips are also about, it's our birthing center, reproductive center, near our sexual organs. So a lot has to do, it could be any of the above, but you know best. Your inner healer and your higher self knows the emotional or the spiritual components underneath your hips and your pelvis.
uh-huh,
So,
yeah.
right? So it
It's the-
could be suppressed sensuality, sexuality, but also like maybe feeling blocked in creating something new or something different, feeling held back, feeling suffocated. Also could have to do with childbirth, but also in utero trauma that happened to you the first 9 months of your life. It could be from your birth mother. It could be a wounded divine feminine
Yep.
kind of thing that was passed on from all your grandmothers and to you, just a disempowerment or just feeling silenced. And yeah, I think it's all of the above. But again, you just said the
All
left
of the
side,
above.
all of the above. Okay,
All of the
great.
above.
So there
Yeah.
you go. The
Thank
call is
you.
done. No, I'm just kidding. But we got to the nitty-gritty, the parts that like the shadow parts or the ones that we think of, the parts of us that we hide from the world in our hips. Um, and also it has to do with protection, protection from what should have been a safe masculine and not getting that. So totally,
Absolutely.
right? Yeah.
Ab- Yeah.
So hips hold grief, absolutely. Grief and not wanting to look or be reminded of the grief too. But I think it has to do with all the above. Yeah. So now that we know that, so half of the work has been done. And now it's just a question of receiving, because whenever our left side is wounded, it's because our feminine, our divine feminine is disempowered or weakened or suffocated or silenced or suppressed. And I think that a lot of things that you wanted to do as a younger person, younger woman, didn't really happen. And there even could be some resentment there as well. Some, yeah, some of that
All
unfairness,
kinds of
resent.
stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, it's
You're
like a
nailing
little
it.
bit of this and a little bit of that,
It's a
and
lot of
all like
things. Yeah,
together.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I also know that I have a very close friend. We're Buddhists together, and she had a hip replacement, and she was really struggling emotionally, spiritually. She had to use a cane because on the same side, there was another issue with a joint or something. And so it was like a double whammy for her. But then I hear about other people who have had no problems. They had the surgeries, they're back on their feet. It really is going to be different because it's not it's not only if you were physically athletic or in shape before, it has to do with something much deeper than that. And that the
Yes.
things that we don't that don't make sense are happening on a soul level. They're playing out and they're replaying and rewinding. Just
Mm-hmm.
like when I fell, and then so many times I fell in the same way, like what the heck? oh
Yeah.
yeah, my mother fell. Oh yeah, this is a pattern. This is a contract, like Rosleen was saying. So we can break those contracts, or not necessarily break them, but rewrite them. We have divine will, right? We have the freedom. Freedom of speech. We can change our trajectory going forward. We don't have to keep repeating the same trauma over and over again, because it's really, every time it happens, it just gets harder to recover, doesn't it?
My right hip
So
is healing beautifully. I'm walking without a cane now. Thank you.
yay.
The left hip is starting to hurt. Anyway, and there's osteoporosis. I just wanted to, yeah, speak up about all that,
Yeah.
all those issues, and I feel like I've been doing a ton of shadow work in the last couple of years, which I do feel a little tiny bit of freedom coming, and I'm just hoping that this will
You look
also.
good. I mean, your energy is really nice and clean and clear and light. And so I
Thank
do
you.
feel like good things are in store, not only for you, but for all of us.
Yes,
And
yes.
it is a deep, I don't want to say learning experience when injuries happen, but it's a deep remembrance, a
Thank
deep
you.
remembrance that we're all connected to spirit, that none of us are disconnected or disjointed, right? So I think it's like not paying so much attention to the little minor things, like don't sweat the small stuff, and it really forces us to lay down, right, to regroup, to review, like to perform a life review while we still have this beautiful body, this wise and intelligent body. And many of us resist that because we're always like busy, 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 right, busy bees. Like we always want to do stuff and get things accomplished, and be this Wonder Woman or Superman, right? And then it really forces us into silence and stillness, and to really check in also with our inner children. How are they feeling? Because they still live in our bones and our bodies,
Mhm,
right? So
mhm.
good. Thank
Mm.
you. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you
Anyone
so much.
else? Yay. Okay. Elizabeth says that she does not like or want medication, so would value any support to heal these conditions and avoid them becoming limited in her health. Thank you so much if you can help me. Absolutely. The process of healing has already begun, Elizabeth. Nobody wants to take medication. And the thing is, when your body, your mind, your spirit, your soul is relaxed and at peace, and you give yourself Reiki, or you pull out your healing tools, you deeply connect to your spirit guides, you feel, you allow yourself to just rest and process and accept whatever has happened without resisting it, you'll find that you need less and less medication. But the good news is that the spirit doctors, or the spirit surgeons from the higher dimensions, which I'm going to share with you some information about now, the kind of medication they dispense and they transmit, it's all based on light. So none of it is bad for you. There are no chemicals. These are all angelic prescriptions. And that's what you're going to be experiencing now. And hopefully by the end of the call, you won't be in so much pain or need as much medication to get through it, right? Because it's not a question of getting through it, but it's just a question of like being okay with it without judging it, or without without getting in your own way. So I think it's about getting out of our own way, right? And yes, we all need a support system. It's harder. It's harder because when we fall and feel incapacitated or disabled in a way, we feel like kind of out of the loop, right? um, and we need additional support. So I would say to please go and get whatever additional support you need, whether it's through me and my courses, whether that's seeing, um, a coach or a therapist, or just like a support group. I belong to a bunch of them, and so I definitely recommend that. Thank you. Yes. Are we holding the collective grief? Are we? What do you all think? Because I want to just first invite you to have a look at that. What do you say? Can you chat your answer into the chat box? Are we all holding the collective grief? What I'm told is some more than others. So if you identify as a highly sensitive empath, and you've always been one, highly intuitive, psychic, all of that, then you probably are. But this is why we need to build our inner resilience, and we need greater tools than what 3D reality has been able to show us. We need to connect to a higher vibration, right? Where things can be easier for us. And that doesn't exist here, certainly not in these times. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, awesome. Let me see. I want to see if I could. Well, let me just tell you, well, what we're going to do first. Okay. So I'm going to ask all of you to scan your body and see if you can feel any areas. First, rub your hands together. This is what I do as a Reiki master since 2007 and a medical Reiki master since 2018. When I warm up my hands, I activate my palm chakras and my healing hands so it feels nice and tingly and warm. So I'm like activating my hot healing hands. And I just want you to like find the area that needs the most, uh, that needs that tender therapeutic touch the most. So I want you to just notice where you feel any heaviness or tightness. And I want you to breathe, drop out of your head into your heart. It's only about 18 inches, an 18-inch parachute drop. Ooh, all the way down, right? And there's nothing to that makes you be able to do this. It's just allowing this. And that's part of healing the divine feminine is allowance. So allow yourself to be in your heart space now and just maybe stay like touch your back or your chest, your stomach, your womb, your hips, wherever it feels like there's something on sitting on top of you or lodged, not lodged, attached, or something is like really like corded to you or attached. And I want you to go ahead and grab that with your healing hands and literally remove it, scoop it up, and then throw it out. Throw it and push it, push it, push it like heavy boulders or rocks or something that's like feels like it's just I don't want to say crushing you, but something that feels like it doesn't belong to you. And I want you to just keep pushing all the way out now. And then all the way forward and just like shake your hands out, but just send it to a place, to a planet of love and light and peace where it can be transmuted, or you could just drop it, just unzip any armor, lower your barriers, peel down any walls around the edges of you, around the edges of your skin, right? So that your light can shine through. So how does that feel? It feels probably like quite a relief. This process was shown to me because most of the time we feel that we have no choice, especially if we have an uncomfortable confrontation, which I did last night, and I was still carrying it in my bones this morning, in my body, in my chakras, mostly in my heart and in my gut. So then I give myself Reiki there, but then I thought, wait, I still feel like there's something sitting on my chest or on my stomach, right? So I literally went and I lifted it off myself, right? So I took my powers back because I'm a powerful healer, just like you're all powerful healers. And I just threw it out, right? In this like cosmic receptacle of this trash can, right? And then I realized I stepped back, and even more back. I stepped away. I gave myself breathing space. I gave myself room to know that whatever that harsh energy was that didn't come from me, didn't, doesn't, and will never belong to me. And that I don't deserve that. I don't have to hold that poison in my system. That's very, very important to not feel like a victim or like you've been attacked or caught off guard, or because what that does is it just closes your heart even more. So we want to really open and expand our hearts right now. And I want to teach you a couple of things. The first thing is something called havening. This is taught to trauma survivors. So if you feel that you are dysregulated or off balance, if you feel split, scattered, kind of like not able to cognitively function, there are a couple of things you can do. And the first thing is just to rub your hands together. Rubbing your hands together and adding a little movement like I'm doing, and just rubbing your hands very slowly. It's a great comfort, really calm you down. So doing that several times and then rocking forward several times. And then swaying to the sides and breathing at the same time. Ah, breathing, holding, exhaling longer. So that's one way to down regulate your nervous system, especially after a trauma, after an accident, after a shocking event or an injury, something that's really unsettling that you witnessed. And then cross your arms, and this helps to rewire your brain, your spine, your nervous system, and just brush yourself up. And we'll do this 21 times. And I want you to just incorporate your breath. Just keep doing that. And now you can go all the way down to your hands, from your shoulders to your arms to your elbows. Someone injured their elbow, so that might be very comforting to maybe rub your elbow joints a little bit in circles. And then just rub your forearms, the front and the back, all the way down to your hands and fingertips. So when you want to calm yourself down, or anyone you know that's in shock or is experiencing grief or intense loss, this is a really good exercise, and it's called havening. And what you could do now is just go around your forehead, and we'll do some trauma tapping at the end of the call, but just notice on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling? What kind of bodily sensations are you experiencing? You could brush down your neck and throat if you feel like your throat chakra is blocked. And brush the front of you and the back of you all the way down your stomach, your heart, your chest, your stomach, and then your hips, your waist, hips, legs, and feet. Good. Awesome. And now let's come together a little closer to each other. And then we can drop our arms down. But let's just also connect to the higher dimensions now, to our spirit team that's waiting for us so they can show us and teach us how to heal ourselves in this dimension. So clap, namaste, and then go all the way up with your in-breath, hold. And then drop your arms to your side, and make sure that next out breath is even longer to regulate your vagus nervous system. So my clients and students on this call, they're aware, they've performed this, and it really is helpful. So again, bowing to each other. Ah, long breath. And you could massage your jaws, your mouth, your lips, right? Your ears, your eyes. And let's do that one more time. Oh, good. What do you notice now? So let me just describe a little bit to you about our teleportation today, about our divine visitation and intervention. We usually visit planet Arcturus or star Sirius. Today we're going to visit the star Aldebaran and the Silver Gate portal. So I want you to close your eyes for a minute. I invite you to. You don't have to keep it closed the whole time. See if you can imagine or envision this beautiful red giant, this beautiful star that's cooler than the sun, but its radius is about 45 times bigger than the sun. So 400 times as luminous as our sun. That's where we're going to be visiting now to receive this bone fusing, bone mending transmission. The word Aldebaran, just a little fun fact, means the follower in Arabic. And we know this is the brightest star in the constellation Taurus. So this is a red orange hue. So we're going to be breathing in that color therapy, but in the form of red and orange. And that's really good for the lower bodies. And some of you said that you have some issues with your lower bodies. So please allow yourself to breathe up from the inner earth, the smoky crystal inner earth, the sun of the inner earth, this red orange hue, and allow it to move all the way up through your feet and legs, your hips, your torso, and all the way up the front and back of your spine. And just allow that light from Pleiades, because Aldebaran means the follower, because it follows this planet Pleiades, the star cluster, right? So we're right now in the eye of the bull, and Taurus has to do with Earth. So a few weeks ago, this is when the Silver Gate portal opened. So we're going to open up that Silver Gate portal right now. So I invite you now to pull down some silver energy, some silvery ribbons of light, and let just stretch open and peek through the Silver Gate portal. This is an entrance and an exit for souls traveling to or reincarnating back to Earth. And I want you to set your intention to ask a soul that you dearly miss, a beloved one on the other side, to see if they're able to, or just get a message from a loved one when they're able to reincarnate back to Earth again. And I want you to just start expanding wider and wider and see if you could just like imagine that you were in this suit of heavy metal armor, but you have this power switch, this remote control that can unzip you and also clear away any invasive energies and just melt those energies that might be somehow caught up in your field, attracted to your light. So clear yourself of that, but I want you to imagine that as you unzip from the top of you to the very bottom of you, that you can feel this opening and all that heaviness and all of your burdens around you, the weight on your shoulders, all of that is just melting. And all of those masks and suits of armor are dissolving and disintegrating into the heart and the womb of our Earth Mother. And feel how good it feels to be without all of that protective gear, the weaponry, right? Drop your weapons. You don't need that outer protection because you are protected, you are beloved. So let's move through that Silver Gate portal and reach up and bathe yourself in this light, this silver starlight, this shimmering light of Aldebaran. And I want you to see if you can align or connect with the energies of fortune, courage, success, and stamina. And I'll add one more quality, steadfastness. Imagine that you're being watched over and overlit by these protective, higher dimensional beings, these light beings, and allow yourself to just take in, breathe in, inhale and swallow that liquid light, that liquid sunlight from Algebron. And allow this liquid sunlight to settle you and to awaken your inner healer and activate your third eye. So move this light to wherever it's needed. And if you don't know where it's needed, trust in this intelligent light because it knows where to go. It knows where you need it the most. And just allow yourself to kind of sit back in your chair and lift up your vibration. You're still in your body, but you're also expanded. And imagine this beautiful 5 or 6 pointed star, this bejeweled star, the star of enlightenment, is helping you already to download some new and inspired ideas or insight. And notice what it feels like as you move through or glide through the Silver Gate portal, the entrance point and the exit point for souls. See if you can communicate or begin a conversation with a loved one and bathe them in this protective light of Algebron too for their next incarnation. So breathing in this energy, the bravery, the fortune, the success, the stamina, the steadfastness, and let it raise your frequency. And notice if you feel a healing shift. If you do, you can raise your digital hand. And now notice as we're moving through this Stargate portal, I want you to just say out loud, you're all muted so no one can hear you, 369. This is the energy portal of June. This began in the beginning of June. This is the star code for manifestation, for instant manifestation, clearing away all obstacles to perfect health, wholeness, and well-being. So just 369, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9. This is a potent code. It's an opening for spiritual growth. 369. Nothing else matters. Nothing outside of me is important. Put down your to-do list and just sit in this light, in this portal of welcoming light, welcoming in the summer solstice energies, the heat, the warmth, the golden well-being. And just know that this 3D limited paradigm, although it's helped you in the past, right now the energies are so accelerated and rapid. The movement is so rapid, there's no going back. So let's tap in together to all of the natural medicines out there, the star medicine, the celestial medicine, the sun medicine, the moon medicine, the earth medicine, and the medicine of free choice and free will, and the right to always feel safe and at home in our bodies. So allow yourself to just keep opening and expanding, releasing any cellular memories. Notice if they're still living on or vibrating in any one of your thousands of cells in your bones, in your bodies, in your muscles, in your organs. Are you still carrying around the burden and the memories of energy imprints? Any scary memories, unpleasant memories. Anytime that you feel that you're experiencing flashbacks, are there still any flashbacks from childhood, from the womb, even when you might have felt unsafe or stopped trusting your body? Have you experienced white coat anxiety or medical trauma so you avoid going to the doctor? Do you rely solely on energy healing? What if you could involve all kinds of healing? Physical, mental, emotional, energetic, spiritual, without any judgments around your injuries, your accidents, your illnesses. And what if we could breathe through any pain that might arise now or in the future instead of fearing it, fighting it, forcing it out and away from us? So we want to give up the fight, the running from, the pretending it doesn't exist, the denial. We want to just breathe through it until it subsides. So see if you notice any kind of energies ready to arise, to release, to heal, and transmute into peace and well-being. And we're calling in our helpers now. And please call in your own protective allies, your angels, your guardians, your totems, in a human, in an animal form, in a winged form. And we're going to ask the intelligence of your body to start aligning, to start awakening, awakening your inner healer, your higher power. And now let's just become aware of everything. We're not blocking anything. We're not pretending that things are different than they actually are right now. And we are telling ourselves at this moment that just because I feel a certain way today or in this moment doesn't mean I'll always feel this way. Just become aware of everything and let it move over, through, and around you until it subsides and moves somewhere else. Become aware of this energy that surrounds your body, your field. See if you could really stretch out of your head space into your heart space, but even beyond the pores of your skin, while you're still grounded, feet flat on the floor, on the ground beneath you, breathing that light, that red orange light, that silver light into every opening in your body. And just expand so you're bigger and greater than you think you are. So taller, wider, longer, and just keep expanding and letting go of the smallness, pretending you're smaller or less than others. And just expand until you're the size of the room, the building you're in, the home you're in, your neighborhood, the block you live on. Just keep expanding and opening and softening and just almost dissolving into your true self, dissolving the heaviness, dissolving the stress, the pain, the tension, the trauma, and just letting everything go, stretching out your arms above you to the sides of you, stretching out your back and spine, and aligning with the divine. And now you're as big as the state and the country that you live in. So there's no separation or disconnection from your true self, from your body's wisdom. And now allow your body to experience what it feels like to be the energy of the size of this entire planet. What does that feel like, or what does that look like in your mind's eye? And you're breathing in, you're holding that light, you're swallowing that light, and you're allowing that light to spread like a honey nectar all over and through you. So it reaches every part of you that needs it, that deserves this healing light. And now see if you could stretch out a little bigger so that you are a match. You're a vibrational match to the size of the solar system and the sides of the solar system. You are cosmically connected now to all light beings, to all life intelligence. And now, lastly, notice how it may feel. Notice what sensations are informing you when you expand out, up and out, side to side, top and bottom, left and right, in front of you and in back of you until you are the size of the Milky Way galaxy, of the Aldebaran star, and the oldest galaxy that is our neighbor, Andromeda. Just keep expanding until you are the universe. You're not separate. You're not different. You carry the same wisdom in every bone of your body. So breathing in now a crystalline white light, just find yourself a comfortable position, as comfortable as possible, as relaxed as possible. Even if you think on some level that you don't deserve it to feel this relaxed, allow yourself to anyway, just in this moment. So you could sit up or lie down and visualize with your inner eye a glowing light that starts forming, a radiant light that starts shimmering. And it starts coming out from the walls and it gets infused into your room through the windows, through the doors, through the windows, the ceilings, the doors, the floors. It's almost like a light vapor. See if you can breathe that in and inhale or ingest that light. And what does that feel like? Notice how it's glowing and maybe growing and magnifying and softening you and soothing you like a beautiful, glowing, soft candlelight that becomes brighter and more vibrant with every breath in and out. And again, reach up your arms and pull down that light until it covers you like a beautiful blanket or a cocoon. It envelops every bone in your body, every cell, every muscle, and it covers you, covers your clothes, it covers your skin, it wraps around you like a beautiful garment of light. And go ahead and guide that light. We're being proactive here. We're not being passive. We're being active. So you are your own healer. So where do you need this light to penetrate through you that feels cold, numb, or frozen, or maybe even empty, like a void or a vacuum? I want you to fill in everything, every part of any opening, any rip, tear, or hole. I want you to just go ahead and bring it into your body completely and allowing that white light to wrap around you, to spin and spiral. That white light is just traveling through your head now. You can even touch your head now. You can feel the heat around your head, your scalp, your forehead. You could just massage your forehead now, just washing away any tension and stress, and move that light down into your throat and neck, easing away any tightness and creating more space for your soul's deepest, most divine, truest expression. And allow that light to cascade down over your shoulders, arms, hands, and fingers. And don't forget your elbows. Just fill yourself up with this really radiant energy. Let it move into any congestion, any grief that you hold in your chest, in your lungs, in your bronchial tubes. And let it soften, smooth out your heart. Let it open the doors of your heart, melt the walls around your heart space. Breathing in that space of, into that space, a feeling of self-compassion and deep relaxation. And just take a moment to reflect as you notice this light has gathered in momentum and has formed into a luminous ball of energy. And with your entire body now filled with white light, I want you to visualize again, transforming your body, your whole body, into a brilliant star of radiant red, ruby red, radiant energy, life force energy. And as you're becoming or shape shifting into this brilliant algebron star of radiance, just allow yourself to dissolve into this honey nectar and just keep shining your light through every opening and pore of your body to all the beings who need it, to all suffering sentient beings. And take a moment to notice how this feels, to be able to do this for yourself. What physical sensations or emotions are coming up for you now? What thoughts or intentions would you like to carry into the rest of your day? And take out your journal and you can begin to write. But right now, let's go even deeper. Are you ready? If you're ready, just say yes, Vandana. I am so freaking ready. Let's rock this. Let's do this. We've got this. Yes. So I want you to just continue listening to your breathing. You're not breathing in a particular pattern or there's no healing method. You're just breathing naturally in and out and just noticing everything, aware of everything, breathing in through your nostrils. What is the quality of your breath? Is it warm? Is it cool? And how does it feel to really let go on a much longer out breath? What does it feel like to let your shoulders finally drop and relax? Just breathing out any tension, any constriction, restriction around your throat, around your ribs, around your hands. Just go ahead and stretch your hands, your fingers, your feet, and your toes, your elbows, and your ankles. We're going to keep building this energy and drop into your sit bones now. Your bones hold so much wisdom. So I'd like you to repeat this after me. I allow my bones to rest, repair, and reset. I allow my bones to rest, repair, and reset. I'm doing this now too because I'm still in a walking boot until next week, where I'll be having to wear an ankle brace for another 3 weeks. Fun, right? So I am saying this with you, along with you. I allow my bones to rest, repair, and reset. Whatever is healed or broken that has leaked my power away has now returned to me. I'm whole, safe, and at home in my body in this moment. Become aware of your posture. If you feel like you're leaning over to one side, just observe that without judging it. Or your ribs are leaning into one direction, maybe one shoulder's higher than the other. Just notice everything and scan every part of your body that's ever been injured, that feels weak or arthritic, inflamed, or painful. And allow this light to move through your legs and your hips and all the way up and down your spine. It's called prana apana. So we're going up like a beautiful waterfall. You're leaning back into that beautiful waterfall that's rising up with your in breath and down with your out breath. And just ask your bones in this moment if there's anything they need, or if there's any message, sensation, or words that they've been trying to tell you, that they wish to share with you. Anything of the utmost importance that you've been denying or ignoring. You can see yourself as a in utero being, as a fetus, or becoming a fetus. The bones are the first things to form when we're in utero. Let's send some love to our in utero selves. Send some strength and space to really stretch out and form our bones, become the form that would best suit us. So let's start doing some bone breathing now. Breathing into the bones in your skull. Again, this is a holy healing light. This may appear as a vapor. It may appear as a liquid. It may appear as solid or just a healing ray or columns of light. All forms of light are intelligent. So breathe this light, whether it's gold or white or platinum. Breathe this light with your in breath into every bone in your skull, melting any helmets above you that connect you from your higher self, from your soul star essence. And then breathing this light, let it pour down through your crown and empty out into every bone of your body. Again, like this beautiful rush of liquid, water, fluid, beautiful rainbow colored lights. And let it just drip all the way down the sides of your head, the back, the top, your neck, and feel it, direct it with your hands, with your heart, with your visions, all the way down to your collarbones, your chest, your high heart, your physical heart, and just let it keep flooding through your spine and your rib cage. The ribs hold a lot of fear, but a lot of unexpressed anger. So touch the sides of your spine and your ribs. Warm up your hands first so it feels like two heating pads. Feels calming and soothing. And now breathe into every other chakra in your body. If you need to stand up, you can stand up to move more energy, and take a brush, a comb, or a fan and just brush yourself off with it. If you need to hold something, you can hold a healing wand like this, or you can hold a selenite wand like this. You can drum. You can make any kind of sounds you need to move any blocked or stuck energy, and move it all the way through each bone in your skeletal system. This is the kind of deepest breathing that we've probably never considered necessary. This is also ancient, traditional, spiritual medicine. It's Chinese medicine. So breathe this light through every bone, into your knees, into your heels. Step in this light. Let it jiggle through your bones and wiggle. And now standing fully nice and tall, spine erect, not bent, in your body vessel. And just create more heat in your hands if your hands have become cold. And now, again, bone breathing. Let's continue bone breathing. Let's breathe into our bone marrow. And if you think, or you tell yourself in this moment that you cannot, you can't even, you're not clairvoyant, you're not clairsentient, you can't hear or see or feel, or you just don't know anything, you're wrong. You're an infinite being, so you already know everything. Let's ask our bodies now together to turn on their natural healing response. Our bodies, our bones already know. They know everything. They know how to heal. Let's see if we could breathe into our bone marrow now. That's even deeper than our bones. That's behind our bones. That's inside of our bones. What if you could breathe light inside of your bones for faster, accelerated healing and mending and producing rich red blood cells and supporting your spiritual and physical immune system? So again, sit back in your chair. I invite you to visualize another ball of white light right above you. And this is universal chi energy. See if you can inhale and imagine this energy flowing down, 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 and through your body. Let this ball of light fill up your lungs and expand into your bones. We're focusing on our bones today. Our bones, but also our joints, our ligaments, our tendons, our meniscuses. And we're breathing into any old injuries, like any old tears or sprains or strains or rips, anywhere that our tissues were injured or wounded. So breathing deep into the marrow. And imagine any negative energy, any toxins, poisons, parasites, pollutants, anything that is not beneficial to our greatest health and well-being. All of these blocks are unlocking and releasing. And allow yourself to feel refreshed, renewed, reborn, and rebirthed in your hip chakra, in your womb chakra, and all of your lower bodies. And just allow any stress and anxiety that you notice to dissipate, dissolve, and discharge. Imagine your blood circulation is returning to normal, your immune functions, your energy levels. What does that feel like right now? Allow yourself to feel this shift. The shift in your skull and cranial bones, the shift in your vertebra, in your cervical, thoracic, and lumbar spine. Go ahead and place your own healing hands in these places and breathe in and feel and enjoy the warmth. And breathe this light into your ribs and sternum, your clavicle, your scapula, your humerus, your ulna, your radius, and your pelvis. And stay on your pelvis a bit longer. What does your pelvis feel like? What, if it had a voice, what would it say? If it had a color, what color would it be? Let's speak to the intelligence of your pelvis, your hips, the part of you that keeps you upright. What do you need to birth or rebirth? Is now the time. And just allow this beautiful ball of red, orange, and silver light to move with its own intelligence into your femur bones, your talus, your tibia, your shin bones, and your fibula, your feet and ankles and legs. Allow the light to brighten and to renew itself. Ah. And are you ready to go even deeper now into the full bone fusing, mending, reset experience? This is your divine light treatment. This is your divine light appointment that you've been asking for lifetimes. Is now the time? Go ahead and let me know in the chat box. You can take this or leave it. You can receive this with gratitude, or you can push it away, thinking that this too will not work for you. What would you rather choose? Let's go ahead, chat in your answers in the chat box, or you can unmute your microphone if you want to share something that feels important for you that you're now experiencing, something different. Ron says, yes, I'm ready now. Naomi, Raylene, Elizabeth, Janet, please go ahead and share your experience. Are you ready for this? Is now the time to experience the deepest bone mending that you've ever known or ever thought was even possible on this planet. Good. Thank you for the hearts. Naomi says, yes. Thank you, Naomi. I'm ready. Good. Let's take a nice stretch before we continue, because you're all doing so well. And so let's focus on our ankle bones. And Raylene says, yes, the freedom to move and to have, sorry, I missed that. Hold on. Let me go back. The freedom to move and have my being in my body allowed to be real. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, beloveds. Okay. Feel like you're all ready so we can move forward. No pun intended. No accidents, right? No such thing as accidents. So let's allow everything to exist just as it is. Trusting the intelligence and the intuition of our bodies, that in deep inside our bodies live our own inner healer. We're going to visualize and imagine now a different color, a basin of pure, warm rose water right in front of you. And this pure, warm rose water is turquoise in color. It's a beautiful, clear, blue-green. And this is representing the divine feminine. And the first female doctors like Goddess Isis, Mother Isis. Allow yourself to receive some well-deserved mothering and nurturing now to heal your divine feminine, the feminine that's been hidden, that's been shamed, that's been silenced or suppressed. And imagine that you're putting one or both of your feet and ankles into the water, into this foot basin, because now we have come into a place that can be sensed as a spa, as a soul spa sanctuary. So allow yourself to treat yourself. And as you dip both feet in to this warm, pure rose water, you can smell the rose water aromas. And this is reducing swelling, bruising, inflammation, puffiness, heaviness, and just release from the soles of your feet any remaining toxic traumas, frustration, despair, depression, fear of re-injuries, any bone traumas, and let that all drain away from out of the soles of your feet. Imagine that there's an incision, little X under each sole of your foot. And so all of these toxic, poisonous energies can finally find an exit point. And as you breathe in and out, on the exhalation, which is always longer, you can just release any tension there that you've been holding. And feel that special turquoise water kind of seeping deeper and deeper into your toes, the top of your foot, the bottom, your ankle bones, soothing, soothing, soothing sensations. Just lean into these soothing and soothing, soothing sensations. Some say the body needs pain in order to heal. Maybe this is exactly what we needed when we had our accidents or our falls or injuries, to wake up to the gift of having a body in this lifetime. Again, let's lower your arousal by crisscrossing your arms, giving yourself a hug, and allowing all of that tension to just move out of your body. And go ahead and brush your legs and your lower bodies. Brush yourself off. You're for your body, you're not against your body. Allow your body to now open and expand from the inside, all the way deep, deep, deep from the inside to the outside. Allowing your divine feminine to seek expression, divine feminine expression, to receive and embody pleasure and peace and beautiful sensations. And we're going to inhale and exhale, bringing attention to your feet to ground you and filling your feet up with this beautiful red earth energy, this fertile energy that is radiating all the way up your feet, legs, and all the way up the rest of your body. And it's just filling up every part of your body with energy and warmth. It's reconnecting you back with your body. It's releasing you from the prison cell of pain or discomfort. This light is removing all cuffs, collars, shackles of bondage and self-imprisonment. Imagine your ankles, your feet, and your lower bodies, your legs, your joints, your bones, your sit bones. They're all actively working in unison to support your body's fullest, most flexible movement. And now we're saying, I love you to your bones. I love my bones. You can actually touch, rub your hands together to activate your healing hands, to warm them up. And now just place your hands, hover them over, above, or lay your hands down on where you experienced those past injuries. Or if you haven't experienced injuries, wherever your bones feel most delicate and brittle. So breathe in the strength of this light intelligence and say, I love you. I love my bones. I love you, bones. I love all of my bones. I love my ankle bones, my shin bones, my calf bones, my talus bones. I love my cartilage. I love my ligaments. I love every part of me that's ever been injured or wounded, my muscles, my nerves, my blood vessels. Just keep breathing in the warmth of this Algebran sun, the brightest star in the universe, the silver light in the silver gate portal. And let's go even higher now. Going to go a little bit higher. So allow yourself to step into this time machine where you can move higher into a different dimension, a different star system. And we're going to visit Andromeda. This is the most ancient, the oldest planet, but it's our next door neighbor. And we're going to see ourselves divinely led and escorted in this elevator to elevate and uplift our vibration. So step into this elevator, invite in your guides, your loved ones, your helpers, your allies. You can even invite in your earth doctors because they also have higher selves and multidimensional doctors that overlight them. Invite in your entire 3D medical team, your care team, and let's begin lifting, traveling to the 10th dimension. Breathing normally, feel that you're lighter, freer. Feel the crystalline light, that celestial starlight, just moving and spinning all around you. And start to begin now. Tell yourself, I'm here now. I'm exactly where I need to be. And as the elevator doors to this time machine open, you can be wherever you need to be. You can be with whomever you need to be with, whether that's a loved one, a human, an animal, a pet. I want you to breathe this sensation of aliveness, life force energy, vitality, this rich red Reiki energy pulsating and vibrating through every bone in your body. The healing chi is moving up and out, up and down, and swirling all around. And as the doors open, you see in front of you a golden dome, which is your healing hospital. Your healing hospital on Andromeda, your home planet, one of your many home planets. And you may see cat beings or felines or dolphins or different types of dimensional light beings in different forms. And your galactic orthopedic doctors has been waiting for you and invites you, escorts you into this beautiful healing chamber. And as you step forward with ease and grace, you may notice gray, dark clouds of old energy leaving your bones, replacing the spaces in your joints and your disc space with healing chi. Just inhale that. Begin to feel your whole body resting in this stillness and this ease and that space between your thoughts. breathing into your presence now. As you're brought into the healing hospital, you're in the waiting room now, but you see your bones starting to glow and radiate with silver and gold, luminous, crystalline, diamond lit, solar empowering energy. And it's just wrapping around your feet and ankles, realigning you, recalibrating you. And all the swelling or the redness is just dissipating. You're returning back to your highest state of health and well being, your highest state of wholeness, where you can walk independently without assistance, without canes or crutches or walking devices or walkers or wheelchairs. You allow your feet, ankles, legs, and lower body to enter again through this stargate, completely surrendering as these beautiful solar lit light doctors, surgeons, orthopedists, podiatrists, the body doctors, the body transformers come and just ramp up your healing vibration even higher. And they're plugging you into a red Reiki IV drip that hydrates you, that infuses even more light into every bone in your body, but this time with advanced divine light instruments that have the power to fuse and meld and merge your bones together, align your spine, reset brokenness without the need for casts or anything that's unnatural, because this is the space of accelerated light healing. So you're at the galactic center now, where everything happens faster and travels faster than the speed of light. So allow yourself now to meet with your first star doctor, Andromedan and Arcturian doctors here work together in partnership, in unity consciousness. So your chakras are aligning, but now you're asking for what you need the most. Please set a strong, clear, direct intention, because your spirit team is always available to listen. But keep releasing whatever is stuck or blocked. And notice that there's an angelic presence here that is waiting to serve you and support you. And so you're led now into the actual operating room. This is the spirit surgery. This is the Andromedan spirit surgery. And everything is pure crystal white. The white light becomes stronger and brighter. You're having a dialogue, a divine dialogue with your spirit team of doctors and surgeons and even shamans who are ready to return your soul parts into the ruptured parts of your soul that were open or broken. And now you can lie down and just breathe in this Andromedan platinum medicine. You're on your healing bed in your own private healing chamber, your own private pod of light. The lights are dimmed. Your doctors are surrounding you with light. They pull out their medicine toolkit that have the ability to heal you quickly, to stitch you up, stitch up the aura tears, the cracks, the breaks in your heart, the holes in your soul, the fissures in your tissues, and to mend every lifetime when you were ill, injured, or sick. This is the place where miracles can and do happen. With this advanced light technology all around you, you're plugged in. And now notice that whatever needed to be extracted has already been gently retrieved. Whatever wasn't good for you didn't serve you. And now your bones are gently and safely, non-invasively being reset. You're being recalibrated, restructured. The doctors are reaching deep inside you. And the angels have come in with their honey nectar, with their perfumed ointments to anoint and reset your bones back to their proper position. This medical toolkit contains salve and honey bombs, celestial glue, stardust, eucalyptus bombs that are cooling and soothing, liquid sunlight, and golden filaments, threads and strands of light that seal breaks in bones, seal rips, holes, or tears in your field, in your aura, in your tissues, in your muscles, in your joints, in your ligaments, in your skeletal system, without the need for drugs, chemicals, medicines that are unnatural. No need for anesthesia, no need for casts or crutches or walker boots. So allow yourself to just drink in this high vibrational, sweet medicine, spoonfuls of this medicine. Beautiful. And keep drinking until you are satiated, until you are full and filled with light and well-being. We're going to slowly come back when you're ready. And I want you to be able to process and integrate this transmission with even more ease. So I'm just sharing my screen here. And one moment, let me come to the end. I want you to tell me if you can see my screen now. Can you see my screen now? Just raise your hand if you can. Yes, beautiful. Okay, what I'm going to do for you is, thank you, thank you. How are you all feeling? We're going to come back to our meeting in about 5 or 10 minutes just to share our journeys, because I know we went very, very deep today, but sometimes that's necessary. And we can't do it on our own because of our own blocks or blinders. We all have them, even the greatest of healers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play some music, and I'm going to model for you how to perform a trauma tapping session for yourself, for a client, or a loved one. This is done in silence. And the music that I'll play for you now is from, it's embedded with Reiki light codes and the magic and essence of Merlin, but also Goddess Isis, and also the star doctors and nurses and assistants, and all of the specialists in bone healing. So you'll just follow me And you'll let me know how you feel after the session, okay? Remember to breathe. Okay, I'd love to see everyone on camera now if you can. And I'd love to hear your beautiful voice so you could finally speak and share and express your truth. Let me know what you notice now. If your pain or your discomfort or stress was higher before the call, if it's lower now on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you notice now? How different do you feel? What shifted for you? What awarenesses or insights have come through you as a result of traveling to to the higher dimensions in this divine intervention? Allow yourself to take some time to really feel your body, drink some water, eat something, have a snack, and allow yourself to really breathe back into your being completely, like really drop into your lower bodies, your feet, ground your feet on the floor, tap your feet on the floor, tap your body, make sure you're back here now. You could rub your eyes or place your hands over your eyes before opening them. And who would like to go first? I'd love to hear from you. It's so helpful when we all share our experiences together. There's no right or wrong way of sensing whatever it is that you're feeling or just noticing what you're feeling right now in your body. Ron, would you like to start us off, or who would like to go first?
Hi, Vandana. Hi,
Hi, I
everyone.
like your new look. Like the hat.
Thank you, thank you. I just threw it on last night. But anyway, thank you. I would like to thank you first of all because this was amazing. I'm trying to my pain from my broken leg in three places in 94. I had a bad break in my three places in my fibby
Oh,
tibby, and even my voice just changed right now. Wow. I couldn't
wow.
ground at all. I had a bad problem grounding, and it just feels like that leg had so much problems. And I did my best to heal it, but I just that last part during this ascension work all these years, Vandana, just listen, a star came in my third eye. It was blocked so bad today. That last part, and it said indigo, and it burst open. I said, indigo? What do you I heard it talk. It's like a voice came through, not my heart, not my ears, not my third
Mm.
eye went
I
like
feel
a
that
s-
actually in my third eye
yes,
now.
and my
I'm
it
feeling
was
some of
black.
that energy
It
there.
was
Wow.
you brought
It's
it
like a
in, and
burst, like a starburst. That's what it
yeah, it's
feels
like a
like a
starburst.
shooting
Oh my
star.
god. Ooh,
Uh-huh.
my inner child wants to just shout for joy. You know, my inner child, my adult self, my
Oh,
higher self, all my selves want to be so I just want to hug you and thank you so much. But I
oh,
had
hugs
so
right
much
back.
releases and the pain left, I would say 3/4 to 78. They just gave me a number 78% of my pain left. I was in
Okay.
constant pain and my right leg just felt like it was almost going to be amputated. It was that bad all these years.
Oh my God. I never
That
knew
bad,
this.
yeah.
I never knew
Yeah, I
this.
didn't
I don't
I
think we
just
ever had this discussion.
I never got to remember all those things were
Oh,
shut down inside of me? All
yes.
the things
And
that
now
were
you're
shut
completely
down,
wide
numb. Oh,
open.
it was a numbness on my body,
Wow.
like a numb, dumb type of spell, I don't know what it was, Vandana, but it just melted. And a lady got seen. She was sitting at a desk, and she saw that I saw her, and she was like, "Oh no, you!" I saw her, and she got revealed, and I said, "I'm releasing you. You're not my enemy. I'm not mad at you. God
Yeah.
knows who you are. God has you." And
Mm-hmm.
thank you for being my teacher. I said, thank you for being my
Mm-hmm.
teacher. And I don't
Yeah.
really wanted to be mad at her. I just said, thank you. And God's going to dissolve this, not me. and
Yeah,
releasing it to God.
we turned everything over to spirit today. It was
And
such a
yes, and it
relief,
closed
right?
many rips, tears, multi-dimensional stuff. There was a snake and mean, gnarly teeth got shut down. There was so many
Wow.
closures and blessings and just
Oh my goodness.
surrendering. I just surrendered. I was
Yeah.
acting up before this call. Yeah, I
Yes.
got I was acting up. So and then so
There's a lot of
everything you said.
energy on the planet. I mean, the new moon
Yes.
in Cancer, so we I found myself overreacting a little bit and feeling a bit on edge this morning as well.
You,
You know,
you're
just yeah,
You're truthful. Thank you so much for your truthful
of
help, my
course. We're all
vulnerabilities,
human. I mean, we're spirit
and
in human form, so we all
and
have
to
our history. Yeah.
and to balance my male and female sides. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Kefa. Thank you, beloved. Would anyone else like to share? Raylene, Naomi, Elizabeth, Janet? How was your experience? And please don't compare your experience with anybody else's, especially Ron, because Ron is he's been a friend for many, many years. We've been spiritual friends, and he's very clairvoyant. So don't be intimidated by what he's able to see that most of us can't. Raylene, thank you.
Like,
What would you like to share?
I felt like a lot of the energies came in from different star systems, my injuries from wars and stuff. And it got cleared. When you said our own 3D, was it medical team, or I don't know how you said it, I lit up because I haven't acknowledged them. The
Okay.
subpersonality of the inner healer, I felt her
Mm-hmm.
come in and get upgraded,
Oh,
I guess. Um, I found that,
nice.
yeah, I found out that I'm Lyrian and Andromeda, but then I found out I'm a wanderer. That means I go to different star systems. I didn't know that.
You're like a vagabond of star systems. That's funny. I love that. I mean,
Yeah.
I think we all are, you know, depending
Yes.
on, you know, we've had thousands or millions, trillions of lifetimes, so that makes sense. But you
Yes.
felt something about Andromeda because honestly,
Oh
this
yeah.
is the
Strong.
first time that I've ever called in the Andromedan energy
Yes.
as strongly as today.
Yeah.
Today, like today's focus, I just was told like it's beyond Arcturus now. We have to move higher and explore other
Yes.
star systems because if there are light doctors on Arcturus and Sirius, there must be more everywhere else. So beautiful. What else? Anything else you want to add?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had injury with the fall with it started with the bones, but then you said ligaments and tendons and all that. I felt like all this energy came in. Yeah. And what they were, I used to be what they call a soul catcher or help souls. I would just pick it up, but I thought that role was over with. But I think the energies were still there, letting go of other people's, other souls, vibrations and stuff. Um, this was very interesting. I could feel the sensations where I got
Mm-hmm.
hurt as a warrior in the past. It went all over the place. Very deep. I got to keep doing it because they say it's gonna take a little time to stretch
Yes.
out those sensitive places, but it
Mm-hmm.
helped
Mm-hmm.
all the way around. When you say the 369, I'm into numerology and all that. And this Cancer moon, they said, had a lot to do with the throat chakra also, opening up
Yes.
that throat chakra. Yeah, this is an interesting time on the planet, and this is divine timing to ask what you need and what I would say even what you want, because we're not taught as light workers to ask for the wants, just the needs, to bring it all with the male and female energies back into balance. I'm
Oh,
talking
yes.
funny because I had what I found out is also I had to remove my teeth, and I did healings on the gums, but it was the teeth and gums hold a lot of thought forms, so a lot of stuff
Yes.
had to come out of there.
Oh,
This was,
yes.
yeah, big time. a lot of stuff. So
A lot
much
of things
to
are coming up. So be extra gentle with yourself for the rest of the day and weekend.
Yes.
But also, like every time you listen to the replay, because you get the replay and the whole
Thank you.
PowerPoint presentation with even more
Yeah.
information, because we
Mhm.
only had a certain amount of time today. So you can go even deeper with the star beings and with Planet Andromeda and the Silver Stargate portal. Also, the
Mhm.
first time that I actually brought in these very high frequency energies. And every
Uh-huh.
time you listen, another layer, like the
Yes.
onion,
yeah.
right? Then you
Yes.
peel one layer, then like 5 more come up. Like, oh, I thought I addressed that like 20 years
Right.
ago. What's going on? I thought I took care of that. I'm a healer. So
I think that's
I love your
ongoing with
energy.
those levels. I think it's ongoing with like low density bands. I think it's just going to keep going, and we'll just. I mean, like Andromeda has to do with freedom. It's not the only one, but their main thing, getting freed up.
Andromeda, you said? Yeah.
Yes.
Freedom. Yes.
Oh
Freedom of
boy.
movement in this
Freedom
case.
movement. Yes. And being
That's
here.
awesome.
Yes. Yes. Wherever we really are in oneness. Yes. Thank you. I mean it.
Oh my goodness, thank you. I'm so happy we met. Have you
Oh.
ever been on any of my calls before, or is this the first time?
No, I know about you, but it's the first time on your show.
Oh, thank you. I'm so honored for your presence today. You're amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for
And the
your
group.
heart.
Thank you. You too, and the
Yes,
group.
thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. I think we have time for like one more. If anybody else wants to talk or share anything. If not, then I will say thank you for your beautiful light. And yeah, let me just see if there are any messages in the chat box. Naomi had to jump off the call. She says, thank you. So yes, freedom of movement, freedom to move more freely in our bodies. And it's about sovereignty, right? It's about sovereignty, independence, mobility, flexibility, fluidity. Sometimes they say the deeper meaning of bone fractures, especially in the feet and legs, is about standing in your power, standing upright and firm in your power, but also being flexible and getting out of your own way or your ego, like dropping all the false selves. Sometimes if we're lost and feel like we don't have a clear direction to walk on a higher path, we can also injure ourselves unintentionally, but it's mostly because we're unaware, we're unconscious, and we're not really grounded and anchored in our bodies, in our physical bodies. We're somewhere else, right? Like a walking zombie. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, Raylene says she agrees. Okay, well, I'm going to send you the replay by tomorrow. It just has to be edited. The PowerPoint presentation. You should all have your free gift. Hopefully you had a chance to listen to it by now, but if not, no worries because it's with you for lifetime. I don't have any expiration date on any of my recordings. If anybody has a question, reach me at Vandana at vandanalightshealing.com. If you need a suggestion or a recommendation about what to listen to at home, and you could listen to it while you're sleeping. And all of my programs on the replays are meant to offer you continuous 24-hour healing, 24/7 healing. So yeah, and you'll receive an email in a couple of days with a new class that I'm going to be offering. I'll have a July 4th sale in a couple of days, so you could stock up and save on whatever other programs you like when you visit my website, vandanalightshealing.com. I'll also be doing some podcasts. I have an adult child podcast, so I'll be sending you some of those as well. Elizabeth, just to say thank you so much for the healing experience, which made me feel so relaxed and connected. We'll look forward to the next few days. Thank you so much again. Kisses. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Kisses to you too. Love you all, and I will see you next time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But
Bye-bye.
Vandana, before you go,
Yes,
Vandana, do you
yes,
know what
yes.
I've been holding just to say this? I remember I didn't know Raleen was here, but I know her, and I also knew she met you also at Steve's in back of the mound and the park
Uh-oh.
by the museum when you first
Really?
came.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
you had a multicolor. You came to the circle, and I said, "Who is this lady coming to the circle?" We all were in a
Uh-oh.
circle at Steve's, and we were
Oh,
in a
no.
lotus flower on the ground. We were sitting there, and you came with this shawl, and Arlene and me
Mhm.
came to Steve's thing together. You know Arlene. You guys know each other. When you first
Okay.
started coming out, I met you
Oh,
before I even know you. I said, "Who is this lady, Steve, coming into your group?" And you had this
Wait, I'm
multicolored
confused. Are you saying Raleen or Arlene?
Arlene
Arlene,
is
yeah, that's
I
Arlene.
thought you
Yes,
said
that's her.
Arlene, so that's what
Yeah,
confused me for a sec.
yeah. Her
Oh, so
her
we
name
already
was
know each
Arlene.
other. That's
Yes,
amazing. I
yes.
mean,
You.
like attracts like, I guess. That's
Yes, this is
amazing.
years back, like
Wow.
almost 25 years back or so.
Oh
You know
my
what I mean?
God.
okay.
You
Whoa.
know her.
Wow.
You guys. We were doing meditations together with Steve,
That
and
is so
I looked at
miraculous. I
you. I
can't
said,
believe
"Who is
this.
this lady coming into our group?" It was you. And then
Oh.
you had this multicolored shawl. It was so beautiful,
You know what?
multicolored. It was so nice.
I remember. No. Wow. Oh, no.
That
You're
was where we
remembering now?
met. That's where we all met
Yes.
at the same time.
I wish I could remember you, Raleen, but ah,
So, it was a while ago.
well, eventually maybe we'll meet again. But wait, does that mean you're in New York City?
No, I'm out in Arizona.
Oh, you're Arizona now, but you were in New York City?
Oh, yeah, forever. Yes.
New
Oh,
Originally
Life
from
okay.
Brooklyn.
Expo baby. That was a New Life Expo baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
thank
a
you all so
Brooklynite.
much. I
Yes.
really appreciate you all. I
It was
look
a
forward to our
blast from
next
the
time
past.
together. Wow, such a blessing. Thank you all. I love you. Have a
Love
beautiful
you,
day. Let's
Vandana.
keep in
Thank you.
touch.
Thank
And
you.
Okay. See you
Raleen,
next
love you too.
time.
Thank you.
Bye
Okay.
bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Hugs. Bye bye.